So my
Yes.
name is Lloyd, one of the those of the family of San Diego. I've been here for almost 10 years in this house. So
Hi,
this
Sir
house was
Lloyd.
owned by a family of San Diego currently, but it was originally a family living. It's more known called the Chinese. It's the Yap.
Mm,
And then when one thing the Yap was also married with the Spanish, that's the time that San Diego took all over, and this will be the current family of the San Diego. So this is the family decided to open it to the public in 2008, but in
mm,
2002 they will be already restoring the house to maintain it well the original structures that we are sold to you right now. Because according to this family, it was built at the time 1675. It's a 1700, but the reality the Filipino they're doing so much in it. They use only puzzling, like Lego or we call it insertions.
So accurate po yung sinabi ni Sir na 350 years old na?
Almost, according to
Almost.
this family. So
Mm,
that's the one that they are telling us that they are known for it this time. That the house was built according to them 1675. That's the reality that the 1700 is known for the joining. There is no able to put a nails and bakal
mm,
because they are only usable for manually inserting. And this is also one of the insertions that comes to the 1700 use also the there's no nails at all.
mm,
And that's the original one that they are made for a Filipino locally because we are able to make it our own furnitures to represent to our country that they are the one also making the wood carving to distribute it to the other country to know buying and selling. That's why Cebu is the first trading market, and this is also the house was known for the trading because as locations in the area of the Parian as the same as Mexico, they call it Pari means trading and means barter. That's why the areas is mostly Chinese wealthy family. But if you know it for the local Filipino, we'll call it the other side of the district that we call it the carbon market nowadays. But if you are new with the Spanish, you go to the Magellan's Cross. That's the Spanish area that we are locations for conquering by the Spanish people. Okay, this surrounding is mostly intense the collections of the family gathering so much in this house so that you will see the using and the making of Filipino people back in the days. This is the reality the Filipino that we are able to use it for so much longer at the time that not use as plastic but mostly use as wood. That's why Filipinos believing so much use for wood because we are a stronger relationship of our family living. But nowadays, a plastic comes because of the Chinese, because Chinese is known for
yeah.
plastic, because the people surrounding the whole world will be plastic.
Konting ano ah.
Okay, this is the main entrance of the door that we are not much more believing of the Filipino locally. That is
Mm,
always to do feng shui because feng shui is to intense also with the Chinese local Filipino living, and we are also known for the traditionally spiritual belief.
mm,
And this will be intense of the Filipino belief that known for the local images that we had it made for because we are calling this one as a Nito. Anito is known for the Bathala. Bathala is believing for the Filipino spiritual, not a Christian. But nowadays we are Christians because of the Spanish conquering. This will be found known for it for the image of the Virgin Mary and the holiness of our saint. And this will be the holiness now.
mm.
Purposes. Okay, these are the collections is also one thing that much more important to our living because the image is much more interested to our life to put gathered to ourselves at the same time to our residents so that it will be protected with the evil spirits and no one can enter it us because of this believing of the images. And this is also one of the image that they're very popular making from it from not in Cebu but in Bohol and making for this the wood carving to different shades of our art by use as a wood carving and also painting. And we adopted in different culture by the Chinese and the Spanish. And the way you saw, it's more ugly. The way you picture, it's colorful.
Mm,
All of these things are known for believing with the Lady of Guadalupe because Guadalupe is more known for the Mexican because Mexican people they also come in this country to do something in these sites to managing. But the conquering the whole Philippines will be the Spanish, but who brought the Spanish here is mostly Mexican. That's our reasons. We have a patron saint of the Philippines and country in Cebu is Our Lady of Guadalupe.
mm,
And this image is much more interested to our life because the image of the Santini is known for it at the time with the Spanish people conquering us. when we are started already baptized at the time of Magellan arrival, and this will call it the Santo Niño de Cebu. And you saw the Santo Niño de Cebu is much more popular and interested of the local Filipino believing and paganisms, because we are originally do dancing with like a paganisms dance with the street. That's why we are call it also the Sinulog Festival.
Yung sinulog.
This is the current family, the way we dress as traditionally the Spanish combination with Chinese. That's what will happen. The dress of the women is more known for it covering the whole body. Not to intend to show it, because if we show it, it will be an indecent women. And that's to respect the women, the way we dress formality, just cover the whole body.
That's a painting po, sir, no?
Tarpaulin na yun.
Tarp na yan.
It's para hindi, mababasa siya, hindi siya masisira. It's still stable. But the painting is upstairs located at here.
Pero may actual painting na ganyan itsura.
Ano doon sa taas.
Sa taas.
Sa taas. Makikita natin. And this will be the portion of the garden that we are known for developing for the family people that we have here. Would you like to see?
Yes, of course.
Okay, this will be also a very structural to the Filipino locally that made for the time that we call it the Bahay na Bato. The way we say it, Bahay na Bato, is to intense also with the corals. And that's the corals known for the Bahay na Bato because of that kind of the corals put it in the lower part. But when we say also the Bahay na Bato because of the Isa, the Tegola. And this will be also known for the trading market during the time when the Galileans arrived. But the Galileans is not able to come up in this place, in the city, but we are distributed to the small boat that we call it barangay. And that's why if you have the barangay,
boat.
that's more the boat. The whole sets. You can see here.
Makita ng buo. Yan. Nice. Galing.
So this is the backyard area. That's why they have a well. A well is represents for one of the wealthiest family. If you have your own well in your backyard. And that's for the wishing well right now. Wishing well is more intense to wish you are Something in English. It came from your place. Distributed to our, designated to other side. Okay, shall we go upstairs? You want to join us?
You want to join the tour?
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, we're going up. Up. This will be usable for Filipino residents. Welcome to this house, and this is the original residence of the family of the San Diego. And this is how it looked like presentable of the houses back in the days of the 1700 down to 1800 to 1900. It will reality the Filipino doing with the kitchen. It's the side of the area that located already by the chairs and the tables. And currently we put it the rooms right now because that's the family sleeping. But originally it used to be a dirty kitchen. But at first we are not able to go to the kitchen because the visitors are not supposed to go directly to the kitchen. But we go to the living room to entertain you first before we do. Okay, this is a living room. A living room to intends to entertaining you, to welcome you, and to let you sit down. But the person who wants to sit down is just only to entertaining to you, talking in it. But if you able to get in this house, we able to interview first downstairs, talk to you by looking to the eye-to-eye contact. But if not able to do that, because if you are intends to move around in this house, you intends to get something in the house. I don't let you in. So that's very protected of the Filipino family living in this country. Okay, what we had it in this side, now it's the dining table. We let it restore it in this place area because that's supposed to be a room before, because the room and the living room will be together, beside together that we had it. And the window was supposed to be both sides. It's known to the wider window you have, the richer you are. That's what it was. And the roof here is also original that we call it Isa Tigolate Hastarakota. That's the original usable for Filipino people back in the days, because during the Spanish era, this will be the structurals known for that style of paddle. And tisa, it's already usable for a Filipino Spanish, molded into your thigh leg. And the thigh leg is known to intense, used for it for forming of tiles like shape. And this will be also the beam. It's the structurals, the art of the Filipino back in the days are not educated, but we mostly Filipino people here in this country are a farmer and a fisherman, and we are also a carpenter. That's the original usable. But to acknowledge, also to learn and educated when it comes to the American already, they must be developed for Filipino art, and they will be also making to our business establishment, they use also the wood carving. And also the rattan one. The rattan is very expensive to use for it for the furnitures, but if you able to use this one to identify of your art will be the palm leaves. And the palm leaves to identify of Filipino locally made, and also the vines and the fins that we are known for in this side. This is one of the wealthiest family furniture. So the tables that there are only 2 columns in between, they use for the royalty. Like in Malacanang that you saw, it's more the presidential table. But this one is the ordinary family use the bangko for locally Filipino to intends only use their hands to eat. And this will be the local Filipino doing with it. The cabecera will always to sit down, will always facing the door, will always put that in with the arm. And the mouse will be inside, the children will be this side. But there are 2 tables to represent in this place. Because tables too will be knowing for the time is the rules of the Filipino that not able to join the children eating with our table. We have a rules to respect their children, to do formality, not to listen what we have at conversations like in the bad words. We're not able to children join us. We are able to separate the children in the round table. Round table for the children that we had it. This is the backyard of the garden that we have it to show you right now. And much more interesting how the Filipino doing, with able to see the backyard, we're always to say play the bingo. I know this one
Bingo.
is the sungka. Sungka is the original one, but locally right now we are known for the bingo. Bingo is more intense. We are not able now anymore to do play sungka. Because play sungka is more unnecessary na for Filipino locally. But we need to explain it back the way we play sungka, because if you do learn so much of the sungka, you are a good mathematics and ability and strategic. That's why the Filipino is playing so much of this. We are a wiser persons than we are. This will be the plate as also represents to our prices at the time that we are colonized with American. They let it give it to us, but if you play with the bingo, that's the time that they had the receiving prices that we had it. Any kind of this kind of the plates that they call it the carnival glass, or we known for it like the Russian glass in America. Children's tables is part of the round table, because rounded table is known for the American style because of the furniture styles that we are known for. The stars is more an American combination with the Spanish people locally for a Filipino rattan. And that's the rattan one they use for a Filipino, used to identify that we had it here. And mostly also usable for Filipino relaxing. This will be the relaxing chair. Put it always in the window to known for it after you done already eating in your lunch or dinner. You need to relax for a while, for call it in the Spanish siesta, and that will be called siesta. This is a siesta chair.
Nice.
All that we had it here is mostly interested to our local Filipino doing only by painting. We are not able to use as a picture with a camera because intense the Filipino believe so much when we able to do it with the camera, we need to do actions with 1, 2, 3. Then action capturing, at the time that we do that, our great grandparents believe if you picture with me, you capture my soul and I am dying right now. So we don't want a picture. That's the reasons we are much more doing with the painting. Painting is interesting to our life, to are not able to hit our souls on the camera. Okay, this is the isa. This is more on the mahogany wood that they call it. They call it tugas, mulabi, and bayong. And in between of this, there will be put it as cement right now, but before it's used to an egg white and limestone. Here. This kitchen is much more interested to the visitors. There's already doing with eating, and the utensils also for the Filipino. Traditionally, is the original iron clothes, and after the war, we have it another iron clothes would look like the style of the boat of America. And this will be also for using a hot chocolate, and this will be also to enhance a Filipino baking. A pancake, instead you do like this, but you hold it on the top, you hold it in the salt, and you pull up, pull down. This is more interested the Filipino art that we are the use for. Washing dishes, American style, they used also cleaning our dishes after we're done eating also so much. And that's the original wooden sink. It's more intense to the Filipino locally. And we put the glasses on the top, on that bars that we had it, used for it to dry with the fresh air. And then dropping the water directly to the plant so that it will not waste our water. That's why we maintain it well. We have it at jars to get the water from the well and use for this one as a first refrigerator for our country. And we let it open this way because of the fresh air. Fresh air is too intense. Also, receiving fresh. Knowing to the time that we had it much more interesting to see downstairs who will be the persons who will become. And also, we will have it the visitors to call the attention to the neighborhood to come to eat or having a lunch to our residents. This is also one of the wealthiest family doing with it at the time because this is called it the bishop chair. Because the whole set that we call it the bishop chair because of this dice, bishop dice on the chest. And that's for locally Filipino identity because everything that we saw so much in this country, we also making from the same as from in the other country in Europe. We make our own art, and this is the art of the Filipino doing that we had it here. Okay, this is the current room. The family sleep here every weekend. They go sleep in this bed, and the children will be supposed to be here. So I've been here for almost 10 years. I sleep on the floor, not on the bed, because this is call it for the atay bed of the Filipino, locally Chinese. That's known for it for the royalty, and the ordinary will be on the floor. And these are the current family. The 10th generations decided to let it open the house to the public, and this is the one also to maintaining the house so that the house will be maintained stronger and stronger because we able to stay in this house so that our energy will be maintained this house stronger.
So she's the youngest, or
no, that's the couple. That's the wife, and this is the husband. These are the children. That's how the family look like currently. That's the San Diego family. That's the grandma. She passed away. And also, we have it the family pictures in the sides. And these are the collections also for the Barbie to pretend that they are also much more interesting doing dancing in the Sinulu Festival. And the time was celebrated with the image of the Santo Niño because the family decided to do dancing so much. That's the painting, how it's the presentable of the Spanish people back in the days. The reality is known for the painting. It's not the reality that taking pictures for it. And this is also one of the interests of the Filipino. It's called the delivering baby back in the days, but originally usable for it at the time. But known for it for the old people to sit in this style so that it will be relaxing. That's the nap chair or siesta chair.
and that's the crib.
Oh, that's like baby crib. That's why this is the first delivered baby for women back in the days. This is only I can show to you. It's a small house that we had here. So I hope you much more enjoying this viewing of the houses, and I'm much more also to see and to look all the furnitures and artifacts in this house. And thank you. I hope you get to enjoy it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Again, sir, what's your name again?
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Just call me Lloyd. So I've been here for almost 10 years in this house.
Thank you, sir, Lloyd.
I hope you
Nice
enjoyed
tour.
so much taking videos and located of our artifacts and the furnitures that we are presented to the Filipino locally so that they will be appreciated so much of our past.
But when did they started opening this to the public?
2008.
2008.
2008, it started to open to the public. Although they are started to restore the house to make it a formality in 2008, but they are preserving and restoring in 2002.
2002.
We need to restore it, but there are no people visited at the time. There are only few foreign people locally, and also there are some foreign internationally to see the artifacts what we had it collected
Mm,
and put it gathered in this site.
okay.